man and woman no dey do friend.
That is one thing. That one is friend.
The reason I don't have best friend is because of this thing. Because you're not seeing me now.
And we judge you based on that.
And then really, sometimes it's not about misunderstanding.
Yes.
Like you keep feeding him negative things
about
your friend.
Sorry. Who are they? Write their names here. Write their names. Right there.
I think the same as when they say when you get married, don't say negative things about your family to your spouse. Because when you forgive them, your spouse will. Exactly. It's the same thing as your friends as well.
And that husband does not know me the way you know me.
Yeah.
Then I will come to your house. I cannot sit. I'm just wondering, how do you expect me to now come and give that relationship with you? And I feed on aura, people's personality around me, their energy. I come, my husband looking at me like. And me, I want to talk, but because I don't even know your husband so much, I'm telling you different. You're like, don't worry, it's just like that. How can you be like that?
And also, if you really value that friendship, make your husband have friends as well. I think it will ease a lot of tension between the people.
That's another problem. That's another problem because, for example, you have a friend. We've been friends for years. In fact, you know my spec. You even know that your husband can never be my spec. You know, stand up. Maybe his head is too big, and I like smaller heads. Because I already have a big forehead. I cannot head. You know, or you know he's not too tall. And I like taller, you know all those things. Oh, Harry, come on. So, but then suddenly you get married, and suddenly I'm the suspect. Like
your husband.
You are now padlocking your husband, if I may say, if I may put it that way. You know, sometimes you want to talk like. And sometimes this husband, all of you were cordial before the marriage. Then, suddenly, when you get married, you antagonize me. You make it seem as if I want to break your home. You know, you come, small thing, you're saying, though, maybe your husband wants to even buy something for me. You say, no, leave it. She's okay. She's okay. Also, we are okay.
You guys did this before.
And funny enough, okay, mine is not even in that regard.
For what you just said, let me respond to that, right? Don't make the man buy you the things. Make your friend buy you the things.
So these things can be random.
Yeah.
And it's not as if it's
no,
something.
but you are just respecting her home, and you're just respecting her husband. No matter who is, no matter how.
It's not in her absence.
Yes, I'm saying that even if you're the one that did the connection that got them married, make sure that anything you're getting from the man comes from the wife.
That's why we are saying that marriage brings out this part that we did not
even see. You never see it before.
And also, let me tell you something also about marriage. You know, when you're courting someone, right? It's all like rosy, you're looking forward to that day, and then you get to the house. It's a new chapter. It's a new ball game. She's also struggling in that home. If you don't know, I'll tell you. She's also struggling to be able to accommodate the new person that is her. It's going to be with her forever. She's also struggling to understand this person. There are so many things she's struggling with. So don't always look at it that way. Also try to make excuses for them. She's also struggling with it. It might not even be you. So if you get to talk to those people like on a personal ground and you make them to open up and they are vulnerable to you, you will hear things, you'll be shocked. That person is just trying to adapt to this new system.
Sorry,
you know, and also it depends on the number of years you have been married. Maybe it's the first 5 years, trust me, that person is still adjusting. Anybody that told you that has adjusted, so
are you saying the same man now? When my friend married, say, I'll just give birth to 5 years.
No, I'm not saying that. Because she's going that way. I'm saying
because
that.
Like this now, we need to know how to approach this marriage.
Your friend is married. It doesn't end the relationship between the people. Give her time to settle into her home.
But why should I be the one to be understanding?
This brings me to something we said. Was it Friday or Thursday? In the car, we had a conversation where you called I should send you my bio.
Yeah.
I was saying something to Tarila. I said, your married friends need you.
Exactly.
But if you guys
Don't
don't
make
make
it
it
seem
seem
like
so.
you need us.
No, you wouldn't know. That's what I'm
Okay, so-
telling you. The person is struggling.
Like
Okay,
she
let's
said,
say-
like she
let's
said,
The person is
like she said,
struggling. Honestly,
like she
I'm
said,
telling you
like she
this.
said. Now, keeping back to something I told my wife. I said, the first 5 and 10 years of our life may not be smooth. Doesn't mean it has to be
Too
bumpy.
bumpy.
Mm.
But it means I told her the first 10 years actually for us to build. But usually in marriage, from what I see, and from what I hear, and from what I've seen so far, the first 5 years, you're pretty much still trying to adjust to know
Understand?
yourself.
Yes, you need to know yourself.
Now, we're on the path
You're
of
also
self-discovery
dealing with a lot.
individually,
Yes.
married or single. There are different things in life that would happen to you that you would discover and you will introduce yourself to yourself.
Exactly.
I remember when one of my spiritual fathers said something like, he's been married for 25 years. A very prominent person, all of you hear this, no. But he's still getting to know his wife every day. So imagine that your single friend that has probably been alone for maybe first 20 or 25 years of her life, now having to live under one roof with a man that they just got it for maybe a year or 6 months or whenever.
Even if
And
it's 2 years.
And
Even if it's
yeah.
4 years.
they're having to live on that
As far
same
as
roof
they are
for the
living
first
for
time.
the first time together.
For the first time together. Now there are lots they are both trying to figure out
Adjustment.
about
True.
themselves,
True.
about life,
True.
about that nuclear family they're building, the extended family before friends. Now I was very emphatic when I said that to you because she wasn't not particular. I wouldn't say she wasn't happy. She talked about giving her friend the space because the friend will not just understand the fact that she loves to wear short dresses, or the friend will not just understand because the friend criticized. And I'm like, well, for me, for friends, I think you should be able to criticism on both parts, but it should be constructive, right? And we should make room for each other. So that your friend that is saying this or that, get used to her saying this. And also let her know that no, I'm not saying get used to being insulted
No,
or
I
get
don't
used to
think
being
so.
abused.
I've
No.
If
I
you know me, you know Tari would always like to wear a short
I put a
dress.
point, and I
And
told
now
you I
you're married,
talked
you now
about
have a problem with
boundaries.
it.
I talked
Okay,
about
I'll be
boundaries.
your
That's why I will just leave you for that.
No, I think we need to.
Also, like I said, and I'm still staying on that point. You know what? She's also getting to know her husband. I don't know how long that person is married. And there are certain things she has said in her husband that will warrant certain
So I was about to say that maybe
You
her
understand?
husband is the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
why
and
now?
then, yes.
I think
And then, of course,
Me that have been wearing
no,
short
yes,
dresses,
can
so
see it. The thing is a two-way thing. Let's
Yeah.
try and balance relationship. Do you understand? If you
Okay,
know that
okay.
my friend doesn't
Yeah.
want short things, why wear short things to her
I'm
house?
not coming to your house. He's not going to your house, so you just sit on my status and you're like, Tari, your dress is short. I'm like, hello. Which one is my dress?
No, that's an extreme case.
Yeah, that's
No,
an
but
extreme
I think
case.
what people need to do is to deploy emotional intelligence on both sides.
Exactly.
Let's assume it was on the other side when you're coming to our house to stay over and then
I will not go to your
Yeah.
house. On a normal day, I don't know if this is too much information. On a normal day in my house, I like to just,
stay on your own.
Yeah,
Like,
just-
Tari,
like
why do
Adam,
you like
saying-
short things?
I don't know. That's nice.
She likes to be like,
That's wow.
Like, no, it was-
When I'm in my house, I like to be in my Eve mood, my
Okay.
birthday suit. But when I go to my married friend's house, that's when you see me wear turtleneck, I will wear jacket, I will tie belt.
It has to do with emotional intelligence and emotional maturity on two sides. So people's relating with people, it's a different thing. It's a bit taxing for us, like the real estate industry, where we meet different kind of people. You now discover that even the realtors you're working with are different. Every client you meet, they're different. So it's exactly what happens. Like there's a lot of pollution happening in the world, even in the relationship space between male and female. So I think it deploys a lot of emotional intelligence. Now your friend is married, you know that they are dealing with stuff. Responsibility has increased. Maybe the guy has to think of where to get pampers. Times 5.
Is the way Victor is talking you?
Times 5. He's looking for size 5. Just know now, just be looking for size 5.
Victor, come over to this side. Let me know that I don't only man exist. I keep bringing you was.
I think it's easy for a single guy to
It's
understand.
very easy.
Because
Yes,
I mean,
it doesn't
geez,
have to
yeah.
be.
It's very easy
Yeah, I
for
think-
single guys to have
So now,
married
okay.
friends and children. It's more
let me
difficult.
answer a question you didn't ask me now. How as a married guy, okay, when I was single, how I managed my married friends. It was simple. Either I attended your wedding or not.
Yeah.
I find a way to know your husband. if you introduce me to your husband, we become G's.
Gee, yeah, helps.
So if I want to talk to you and I want to talk to you, it has to be simple, plain, and clear.
Exactly.
That way, even if your husband stumbles on our chat, your husband can even respond to our chat
Yeah.
or you without you being scared of what is this Josh going to say? So depending on what relationship you as a lady you're keeping with that guy. For instance, I can't be chatting with as a single guy, be chatting with my friend that's married and be like, what are you wearing? What did you wear today?
Exactly.
And of
No,
course,
but
guy,
people do that.
Or not there are conversations like that.
Yeah, people do that. Yeah.
We're asking like,
They're making this
that one is not.
no, I'm serious. I'm serious. I've heard a situation like that. Or you now be chatting, how's your husband now? That your jiffy no like me. Make I do leave your space sha before you come for me. Even if there's nothing, if a guy reads that, or you not start chatting with the girl like, how far? How na day now? Just to make a check up on you. And later I know make before your husband come. You just make it as plain as possible. You have
Something is
permission.
fishy.
You don't chat with them odd hours. Me on a normal day. On a normal day.
Yeah.
On a normal day. See, this is my life. Sorry. I go to work in the morning, come back in the evening. At night, I just want to maybe just see small TV with my wife and then just study my Bible and sleep. So you see, if you're chatting with me and I'm responding to you anything beyond 8 o'clock, it's very important.
8 o'clock.
Beyond 8 o'clock, it's
No, I
very
don't even
important.
chat with-
Because I want to
think-
sleep. I want to
think
rest.
all of this, it's in phases and your relationship with that particular person.
Right.
So I have a married friend that is a guy. We dey chat which anytime if I'm awake and I can't sleep, it's the person I will chat. How far? Hey, see what this person needs to me. That's just me and that person.
But do you know if the wife likes? If the wife likes,
I'm not friends with the wife. I'm
So
why
I
I would be
think-
friends with
Me,
all
for
the
me, it's
wife.
personal because I just want to sleep.
I
want to
have
sleep.
to have
How many friends do you
how
want
many
to
friends do I
have?
want? How many
no, the question now is that if the wife stumbles on that conversation, catches
they
you
will
chat,
they will deal with their
But
body.
it's
I am telling you
a
how I
plain
relate.
conversation.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
normal
Yeah.
conversation like, see what this person needs to me today. I'm even angry with Eddie. Okay, I'm now telling him what Eddie did and see my
Yeah.
part. Do you think I overreacted? Because sometimes I think my male friends are more logical. So
Okay.
they tell me, okay, baby, you overreacted. You go and be like, okay, thank you. And so if you are, like I said, is the ones that will chat only weekdays and working hours.
Okay.
What was your business days?
Eddie, let me say this
It's
to
the
Eddie.
end.
So
The
Eddie,
ones that
you're
are my
trying
real
to-
G, that I know that will be chat even at that time, there is really nothing to. I'm not asking you touch yourself or not touch yourself. It is normal conversation, and you feel like that normal conversation is going to be a problem for you. Just tell me, okay, my wife doesn't like. I will never chat to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Grace, see
Just
this
me.
scenario now, Eddie.
Yeah.
You're trying to get your husband's attention and you're talking with him, and he's rather on his phone, and you're like, okay, let me just regulate this man. Maybe it's business, maybe something. Then you turn up again the next 1 hour, he's still on that phone giggling. By
I
9,
said,
maybe you now pick up the phone and let me even just see.
You now see that is
You now see that is that his
female friend
friend?
that you know then.
Like, won't you be upset that see this man that I'm even trying to talk to?
okay.
But hold on.
Okay.
Now
Honest.
maybe what he was talking with that girl was very urgent and very important, and that was not what he was giggling to. Maybe another message popped up and he giggled. But by mere seeing that he was talking with that particular girl, you may not speak that night, but you probably just go to bed with a straight face. Maybe the next, depending on who you marry or who you are, the
you
next
now see
day.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
coming the next day now. Hold on,
Female
Terry.
friends that
Hold on.
female married we should not have
The
friends.
next day now.
Single.
The next day you
let
wake
all of
up.
us just rest.
You will carry that thing in your mind and he won't know. He will just smile, hey baby, how you doing? But automatically, you're already building a bias against that friend.
Yeah.
That's just how it
That's
is.
The more you keep-
you
you have
are
to just listen to that.
saying the same thing that we're saying.
But that's
now.
life. It's not
That's
his
my
fault. It's not her
friend.
fault.
Hey, we're not saying it's anybody's fault.
And
From
then,
what
of
you
course,
just said,
let me
everybody
just-
should
let me
just
just say something,
rest.
right?
Single
Because
friends,
of our
keep your single
culture.
friends.
And then the people that we are,
Ah,
and
man, God
religion
bless
already program our
Because I don't understand
mindset.
how
So when you go the
conversation should be a problem.
religion way, not Christ-like way, right? When you go the religion way, you see that man and woman no dey. My friend, my mom will tell me, man and woman no dey do friend.
That is one thing.
So we can't
We
take
have
some
a
of
couple
those
friends,
things away.
us as them.
You know,
We
it's how
they are both our friends,
we
right?
just learn to
I am a
manage.
single girl, friends with us as them. If I'm chatting, this is not one place thinking whether our husband, because our society has plenty female single friends.
Mm.
Do you understand? Okay, now
I thought you are the host.
I am.
Yeah, you where you standing? Are you-
No, she knows. She's
I
telling
know
her.
I am.
But
Wanting
let's
to
get
get this
scenario
way
right. I
from-
can understand how the woman will feel some kind of way, and like you said, that's where the boundaries come in. But my point in all of this is that why is it that when you are setting the boundaries, you are now, like, let's say, over setting it. You are now making, okay, our friendship was very light-hearted, very flexible, very everything, and all of a sudden we are typing in kind regards.
So
Thank you.
I have a problem with all of that though, because I am one person that know how I'm very flexible. When I start sensing, that's why I said for me, I don't particularly have a problem with my married friends. I just realize I know how to adjust. Like one of my friends in the UK, I was visiting you. She's like, Tari, I know it's easy for you to make friends. You just come into a place now, you have 20 new friends. But try to, because for me, if you start giving me small eyebrow, I will just go. Not like I'm cutting you off, oh. I will just remove myself from this whole mess. I don't know what's going on with you and your wife. Okay? And I don't think it's fair for me, your single friend, to suffer the brunt. You guys are trying to understand yourself, yes, but still consider how is this person feeling. Because to me, I'm even mourning the fact that I'm trying to even get myself mentally prepared that okay, I want to go to this party. I can't call this girl to hang out with because her husband will take his dates. I'm still trying to understand. So try and meet me halfway.
First of all, when people get married, it's their spouse first. So I think we single people we have
Tell
to
your spouse, let
Yes.
me alone.
So
spouse first.
yes.
Leave me.
Now she said that your married friends need you.
Is that what I've not
Do you
seen yet?
do you,
Though?
do you get?
Because they make
And
me feel
now-
like I'm one. And
So you say your
married
married friends need you, but how are we supposed to know that we need you?
What role
So
should
it
we
now
start playing?
brings us back to where you said reintroduce yourself and the
Yeah.
communication.
What role should we not play in the life?
But in
You
this
not be the
our
one that
times,
should
we
be
have to
understanding.
admit to ourselves that we have a communication deficit.
Yeah.
Right.
People run,
Which I
people
also
assume
mentioned,
things
yeah.
a lot, also
Mm.
based on
On
things that have happened.
Yeah.
so many
So, I want
scenarios
to come back to what
printed
he
in
said,
our
though.
head.
Please
Yeah.
do, because this man.
I want to come back to what he said,
Please do.
that
Okay.
he likes to respect himself,
Mm.
and when you are married, he respects himself.
Yeah.
That's the same
It's not the
thing.
same drawing back.
That's the same
It's
thing
the same
we're saying.
drawing back.
Because we now feel like, okay, oh, you are
Because
married.
now we just leave you.
If I'm demanding your attention like that, make you finish, make you no come insult me.
Make I rest.
Let me not come and have name tag of witchcraft.
Exactly, and he's
You
accusing
know.
me that's why I just push him on.
So,
So it's all of you guys are just messing our
the
brain.
married.
It's not easy.
See, this thing you said is actually true that my friends need it. It's true because not too long ago, a friend of ours, my friend and my sister, right? They were conversing. That's my sister and his friend, the mutual friend. And she said, "Oh, you guys don't even call me anymore." But
What
when-
lets that point?
but when we come to your house, you'll be doing one kind, your husband will want to say something and you will give him eye. Is it me that wants to spoil your marriage? And because of that, I say, look, I'm not coming to your house again because I cannot come to where I don't feel welcome. So if you don't, let us meet each other at halfway.
Let's make
I need
compromise.
you need me. We
Because-
are the part of God's body. So because okay, now I remember another thing I wanted to say about you talked about your wife's friends. Immediately you guys got married, to be honest, they were inconsiderate. Because anybody with a brain would know that first month is tasking. So personally I'm not even talking about that first month.
Yeah.
Because even people that, let's say, you were not able to attend their wedding and you send them money, or even if it's a huge amount of money, some of them won't even respond. I don't even bother
Yeah.
because I know they are busy.
Yeah.
But later on, when the whole noise comes down, yes, we talk. So we're not even talking about that
1 month or 2
yes,
months
where there is a
marriage.
whole.
Yeah.
We're talking about much when you have settled. Don't make your friends feel as if you. So if I cannot do like this in this person's house because it will look as if, hey, I want to snatch your husband. I ask you some things and your husband wants to answer and you are giving him eye.
Sometimes
And
I
the
won't
man
put
knows
like
that.
that. I don't
I'm
know.
suspecting this thing is more peculiar with females.
Yes,
that's right.
Can I say something to that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
See, as a lady, you have so much expectation when you're about getting married. In fact, you have built a lot of fantasies within you even before you met the Mr. Right. And then coming into the house, even while you are courting and dating. I remember recently I told my husband, I promised me 81 country. I don't know how many will go. Do you understand? So you have those expectations.
Yeah.
And then you just want to get into that home, and then for who we are wired to be, we just want to see them
Happening all at
happening,
once.
yes, manifesting immediately, and then they are not happening. Those are some of the things married women also deal with. I like the emotional intelligence you mentioned, right? We need that a lot when we're dealing with our married friends as single people. Sometimes you are even far better off than that married lady you're thinking
Absolutely.
about. So she needs you. That is why at
Because
that
you
point,
understand.
maybe you're feeling like, okay, she's giving me attitude and all that, doesn't want to talk and all that. Maybe that question you've asked her, they never reach them.
No, you know that they fit.
No.
You know that they have an
See,
answer.
in this life, so many people, let me not even talk about the fakeness of the things people do in today's world.
Yep.
But maybe at that time, you never can know, you never can understand what they are covering up. That friend you think is your friend, she will cover for her husband till she die.
Please, of
Yeah.
course, by all means.
She
You
would
don't
rather not
it,
say it. Like even me, I do that till date.
Of
There are
course.
some things I don't let my
It's your
husband
home.
say them, because I just feel that it was not the right time
Yeah.
to voice certain things. Also, I don't know the magnitude of the question you've
I
asked or the
feel-
things you want to say. But honestly, there are so many things a married lady, especially the early stage of her home, she's battling with. First of all, she's even, some of these ladies, like I always tell my single friends, see, discover who you are. Get all the things you want to get in this life. Build a future for yourself first. You are even important, because by the time you get into that house, I wanted to have like 7 degrees. I can't tell you why. One day when I mentioned it to my husband, I said, you want to go and enter school with children. So yes, I wanted it and all of that. So you are also dealing with that. And this little thing, I'm saying it and I'm laughing at, then it was very annoying.
Yeah.
And there were things we've discussed before we entered the home.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me that it's not possible. Would you want to leave this? Would you want to? Do you understand? So they are also dealing with.
You have to even reconsider most times.
Exactly. So most times the woman is always giving, and that thing already, some of them, it's already depressing for the woman. So when you come as a single, sometimes I say it. Maybe she's even envying the freedom you have. You never can tell.
That's another angle.
Another angle.
So are you already?
Another angle.
Why not say this?
At this point, you have to be a bit considerate about the woman. You're carrying one load, your own alone. She's carrying her husband, probably her children. So you see, it's a lot on her. So that's why I keep saying you have to also understand with your married friends.
People know their spouse. So when they get married, they don't come and tell you that my wife is very jealous. Like they don't owe you that explanation. Or my husband is a very jealous person. So they don't tell you those things. They don't come and tell you that this is why. That is why you cannot sleep in my house. That's why. So don't owe it. But if your friends, married friends, they settle you, just know that maybe the man that they are married or the wife that they are married
Because
to.
they thought they look me.
No, just you understand.
Yeah.
It might be that the woman is very jealous. She doesn't like the fact that you're always talking to chatting with one particular girl that you know. Even though she knew the girl before now, she might not be comfortable with it, right? So you just all you just must just give you space because of that fact. He doesn't owe you that explanation to come and say, sorry, my wife doesn't want me to talk to. It will sound somehow.
Okay, now since you are a married man in this conversation, no problem, we'll allow that. Let me ask you a question now. Why should I? Of course, I don't want you to come and tell me, this madam, she's very jealous now, as my male friend that is not married. I'm not saying you should do that. Don't throw your wife under the bus.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, why should I be the one that is too understanding? And now you will question the way I've chosen to understand. I have not chosen to understand like, oh yeah, give this some space. I'm giving you space. You're now accusing me. You don't check up on me. You don't. Why you try to make some sense out of this conversation? Because forget that I'm single. The entire world is on my head. When will you get married? When will you get married? When will you get married? The entire world is seeing that, oh, Dari, you're getting old, you are not giving us grandchildren.
Yeah.
The entire world, I still have my day-to-day expenses, so I have to work. So at what point
And people even
are you not
expect so
saying
much more
Yeah.
from you.
they expect so
when
much
you're
from a single female lady?
Yeah.
At that same point,
Mm.
you now say, I should understand, okay, I have chosen my own understanding because of my sanity.
Yeah.
As a male,
Advocate for the married people.
yes, advocate
Please
for
go
the
there.
married. You should come
Go
and
and
stand here.
advocate from there, please.
And you said that
I think we should cut married people some slack.
you people need us, we need the people, we should cut married folks some slack. I am
Absolutely.
all for
Yeah.
that. My own question now is, in the cutting you some slack, I am, giving
Withdraw.
people space, I withdraw. So why should that my withdrawing still be a problem? Because you cannot beat a child and determine how that child should cry. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
I think
unless you are going to say married folk and single folks, you need to look for a better way to understand your friends and just get a compromise.
I
You've
think
answered
I
it now.
think we need to even
Yes.
do better as friends. I think for example, I have a married friend. We're very close. In fact, I got to know him some months to his wedding. But some friendships, it just starts today, and you guys are really, really cool.
You wonder
So-
why they've been on your life.
Yeah. So even after he got married, we still talk normally. We talk, we speak. But the day he said, "Let's hang out, let's go for drinks," my heart started
Wahala.
beating. Hey, God, oh. I'm telling you, no, for real. Like my heart is. In fact, I was telling my sister, Abi, is he okay?
Yeah.
Is it because in this society,
Society.
it's like it's impossible
Very
for
important.
a married man and a single lady to be hanging out in public daytime. Like, oh my God,
Because
how do I
they are
even
yet
explain?
100 meters away
So,
from him.
you know that if you're going out with someone that is still giving you lines, people will sit like this.
and not
you
hold
know,
it together.
But this one, we are here with kind regards.
You will laugh.
yeah, you have to remember her for this.
I like that. But so I was not telling myself. Honestly, I was really worried. Is he okay? Is he this?
As
Is
his
he
wife
that?
beat him up.
Is the marriage falling apart? Honestly, just because he said yes, because it's almost unheard of. Even you yourself, you now start feeling somehow. Hey God, hope it's not that these people who they are seeing him with ring. My own hand
They
is
are come to
ringless.
side chick.
Hey God, oh.
And somebody will take
These are
some
the
photos.
issues. But then we did hang out. Everything was cool. I asked him, "Does your wife know you're here?" He said yes. And she even asked. Okay, they even spoke, and she said, "Oh, you should buy her whatever."
on my way back.
And then she even asked of me. Me and his wife are not. It's just hello, hi,
Right,
nothing
yeah, cordial,
much.
yeah.
Yes. Married people, right, should also see it from our perspective.
Yeah, understand that we too. Like I said,
See
this
it
thing
from
is not
our
really
own
going through a
perspective.
lot, though.
You need us, we need, because honestly, he's my very, very good friend. Like my go-to guy, very
just
good
notice
friend.
that
But
because of marriage,
me, I have
it's
to.
very
Because I don't want a
vital
situation
friendship.
where your wife now start seeing me as the bad guy when I'm just genuinely a friend. So we have that at the back of our mind because honestly, we know how women are. So we were friends. We were very, very close before marriage, and now you're married. You have another woman in your life. So it only makes sense for me to retreat.
withdraw. But you
So when there's that space, that gap, so which brings us back to your conversation with her. So can you now see how somebody would just, like he said in his words, respect
and
themselves
just be on
because
our
of that bias, that let's say societal
Like
view,
that.
that everything.
Yeah.
Because we don't know your wife.
Yeah.